Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of Space Doers. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday today, and I hope you guys have been having a wonderful week. I'm happy to be back here with all of you again. So, for today's episode, we are going to be reading The Three Little Aliens and the Big Bad Robot by Margaret, McNamara, and Mark Fearing. So, without further ado, let's just get started. The Three Little Aliens and the Big Bad Robot. Once there was a mama alien who had three little aliens. They were named Bork, Gork, and Nickel Ziwises. Bork, Gork, and Nickel Ziwises grew up in an old-fashioned house in a snug, cozy crater on a tiny little planet. As the eons passed, their house got too crowded. It's time for you to go out into the universe and find a planet of your own, their mama told them, giving them each a hug. But remember, watch out for the big bad robot. It wants to chew you up. So Bork, Gork, and Nickel Ziwises took off. Bye, Mama, they cried. Bye, kids, she shouted back. Always stick together, she added. Then she sniffled a little bit. And call me every once in a while. The three little aliens traveled far and fast. That's a cute planet, said Bork. Too hot, said Nickel Ziwises. How about that one, asked Gork. Too crowded, replied Nickel Ziwises. They darted around a meteor. Are we there yet, asked Bork. Just past the next bend, a big planet, swirling with dust, loomed into view. Bork spotted a shiny space rover zipping around its mountains and plains. Awesome, she said. I'm going to live in that. Ma said to stick together, called Nickel Ziwises. But Bork had already zipped too far away to hear. Nickel Ziwises and Gork traveled on. Nickel Ziwises didn't like the looks of the next planet either. Nowhere to breathe, he gasped. Picky, picky, Gork said. Then, just ahead, he spied a giant planet with huge golden rings around it. He jumped on a passing satellite and caught a ride on a ring. Whee! He squealed. This is what I call home. We can't live on a ring that goes around in circles, yelled Nickel Ziwises. We'll get dizzy. But Gork wasn't paying any attention. Now Nickel Ziwises was all alone. He traveled deeper and deeper into space until he spotted a massive blue planet far out into the galaxy. It had 13 moons and refreshing breezes. This place is where I'll build my home, he said. It'll be safe from the big bad robot. Nickel Ziwises found everything he needed to make sturdy walls. He gathered stardust to keep his home bright and found solar panels to keep him warm. He grabbed a tall, skinny telescope. This'll do for a chimney, he said, though no one heard him. Rock by rock and row by row, Nickel Ziwises built the perfect house. When he was finished, he sat down and locked the door. His house was not very zippy or cool, but it was very safe, and there was room enough for all three little aliens. I hope they come to visit soon, said Nickel Ziwises. Then, one galactic dawn, there was a rumbling in the universe. Great boink me, peedly deep orc eep. It was the big bad robot. Bork was so busy on her swirly red planet that she couldn't hear the robot's call. She didn't feel its giant footsteps as it leapt from star to star. And she didn't see the robot until it was right in front of her. Little alien, bleeped the robot. Pull over, pull over. Not by the wheels of my trusty space rover, cried Bork bravely. Then I'll crack and smack and whack your house down, meeped the robot. And just like that, the robot cracked and smacked and whacked Bork's tiny, shiny rover into 100 pieces. Great boink me, peedly deep orc eep eep. As fast as the speed of sound, Bork jetted away, the robot close behind her. Just as the robot was about to eat her up, she spotted Gork's satellite house. Gork! Gork! Help me, she cried. But Gork was having so much fun surfing on the ring of his giant planet that he didn't hear Bork's cries. He didn't see the robot chomping up comets and ripping open black holes until the big bad robot caught Gork's satellite in his huge metal claw. Little alien, it boinked. Come out of hiding. Not by the orbit of this ring I'm riding, cried Gork stoutly. Then I will shatter and clatter and scatter your house down, goinked the robot. And before Gork could fly beneath the radar, the robot clattered and scattered and shattered Gork's satellite into 1,000 pieces. Great boink me, bork, deep, peedly, eep, eep, eep. Gork barely escaped. Over here, called Bork. Stick together. At the speed of light, Gork and Bork blasted out into space, with the big bat robot getting closer all the time. Where can we hide? Asked Gork. Let's find Nichols Zewis's, cried Bork. He'll know what to do. Nichols Zewis's had heard the robot's roar. He had seen what was going on with his brother and sister through his telescope, and he was ready. He flashed the solar panels halfway across the universe. There he is, cried Bork and Gork, and they zoomed to Nichols Zewis's house as fast as a hurtling asteroid. Get inside, cried Nichols Zewis's. No time to waste. No sooner had Bork and Gork slammed Nichols Zewis's solid space rock door than they heard the robot rumbling. Little alien, he queeked. Let me come in. Not by the slime on my chinny chin chin, cried Nichols Zewis's. Then I will smack and crack and whack your house down, zeeked the robot. The big bad robot bashed and crashed Nichols Zewis's strong, solid house. Nothing happened. Then it pounded and smashed, really hard. Not a crack. Then it loaded up its triple blaster and zapped that house but good. That house would not fall down. So the robot forced its way into the little alien's house right down the chimney. The aliens covered their ears and waited for the robot to chomp them up. But halfway down the telescope, that robot got stuck tight. It strained and it struggled. It moaned and it groaned. Nichols Zewis's house shook and shuddered, but did it fall down? It did not. The robot gave one more mighty cry and burst into 1,000,000 pieces. Cool, said Bork. Awesome, said Gork. Just as I planned, said Nichols Zewis's. There's just one thing missing, said Bork. Phone home, said Gork. So Nichols Zewis's did. Ma, he said, we have the coziest house in the galaxy. Won't you come over and tuck us in? And she did. That is the end. So yeah, again, today's book was The Three Little Aliens and the Big Bad Robot. As always, I'll put the title and the authors in the description below so that you can check it out at your local library, or you can find your own copy online or at a bookstore, whichever floats your boat. Or if you don't want to, you don't have to. That's also fine. Yeah, I guess that really concludes today's video. Usually I would say see you next week or see you in the next video, but this video is going to be the last video of the Space Stories Read Aloud series, at least for a while. I had a lot of fun with this series, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And even though Space Stories is over, I sincerely hope that you guys continue to read and continue to learn about space, because there's so much you can learn about space that really the possibilities are endless. So, yeah, I hope all of you beautiful people have a beautiful, fantastic summer. Continue to read, continue to learn, and hopefully I'll see you sometime soon in the future. But until then, have a great summer. Bye-bye.